Okay, on this one, it's a little more complicated. We're going to connect to an Access database as opposed to importing. Connection means you're just going to go to it as a read-only file. So you won't be able to modify the data. You can read it and calculate on it and everything, but you can't change it. So the first thing you want to do is to create a connection. So we'll do that. We're at the employees table. We go to data, get data from a database, from an Access database, and this is the Access database you sent me Wednesday. I'm going to select that and import. And I'm going to go ahead and manually connect both of those tables. And I'm going to load it to as only create connection, because that's what he wanted. He doesn't want to load the data, or she. And so we will say, okay. And then you'll see here in queries and connections, you've got two, basically, it's the same as having two new tabs down here, except they're off on another piece of software called Access in reality. And you can only read this data. So it's oh, I know, the connection will show up after we build the pivot table. So now we go insert, we're going to insert a pivot table. We're going to use the external Access database that we just connected to, and it should show up here, employees. We're going to open it and put it in the existing worksheet at A3. Sounds good. Okay, now the instructions are to make Office, let's see, connect to the Office okay, yeah, all right. I messed this up a little bit, but we're going to hold on, let me read this. Your instructor is very wordy. Okay, I've inserted the okay, so in the new, we have to display the Office City. Well, first no, we gotta we created the connection. All right, so she wants title and years employed as values. So the of course, the sum of years employed is he wants average. She wants average years employed. So we'll change that to average. We'll change the number format to number and one decimal place and say okay and okay. So now we have completed this step. So in order to connect the offices, you have to create a relationship between offices and employees. So to do that, you believe it is relationships. Maybe let's go new, and we want to connect, this is external, we want to connect employees, the office ID, to offices office ID, and say okay. So you have to do that. Now we've done that. We've created the connection. So every time you see an office ID, it will match an employee office ID. So now we should be able to display the office city field here. I say that, but field list, there we go. And so I so now I can select office city. Let's see, and row heading is office city. It will be above should be able to move that down now. Okay, so now we've got office city as a row heading, the title field as the first values field, and the years employed, I guess he means average years employed, in the second value field. I'm not sure I understand what in the new display the office city, okay, I've got that as row headings, the title field as values. Well, see, that doesn't do anything. An employee as the title field from employees as the first values field. I don't think that's what he wants. Office city and employees, unless he wants title there. Because if you put it as see, to me, that's, I think, what she wants. It says it's values, but clearly, if you put it here, it wants to be a sum or something. average or sum or whatever. So if I'm reading this right, I think that's what she's looking for. Already created the relationship. Let's see, what have I missed? Title as is first value field. That's years employed is second. Summary function, sum of years to average of years to 1 decimal point, and I've created the relationship. So I'm just a little unclear about the wording of your instructions as to how to display the title. It either has to be a column or a row, because it is not something you can calculate other than count. So this to me looks like useful. That would be useful for someone. And again, this is just a connection to an external database. And I think we're done with this one.